I think I'm probably gonna have to slaughter some clowns this time around. I kind of like. I'm really kind of indifferent to that whole thing. Like I'll do it if I have to, but also kind of wanted to avoid it if I can. To be honest, I like to see the circus, please. I just so happen to have one. The clown looks very surprised. What? How did you? Well, great. Good for you, sir. I'll just take that and stamp your hand for re-entry. There we go. Enjoy the show. What about my partner? Partner's getting free. Oh, that's nice. Enter the circus. We walk into the circus. Actually, I guess it's more of a carnival, but let's not split hairs as nonchalantly as possible. There are a bunch of clowns around working at the booths and so on. More clowns than customers, of which there don't seem to be more than a dozen or so. Which is good, in that it means that the clowns can't disappear you as easily if they figure out what you know, but on the other hand, if things go wrong here, innocent bystanders might get caught in the crossfire. Got it. Okay. This extremely muscular clown seems to be guarding the entrance to some sort of stage. The stage show until later. When? Later? Yeah, but when exactly? Later. Okay, jeez. Man. This appears to be a shooting gallery type of carnival game. Howdy there, fella. What we have here is a game for sharp eyes and quick reflexes. Hope you won't take it as an insult if I suggest one of the other games might be your speed, but you're welcome to try your luck all the same. How rude, sir. What's the game? Well, on the wall behind me, I've got a bunch of thick-skinned, inflated balloons. For 10 meat, I'll lend you a cheap, inaccurate pistol and a pile of badly made ammunition, and you're almost to pop as many of these balloons as you can before the pistol stops working. That's an unusually honest-sounding description. Wow, yeah, really. I discovered by making the challenge sound exactly as difficult as it is only makes people more determined to be the one who beats it. What's the prize? A ticket to Barnaby Bob's stage show, which is otherwise sold out, so it's a rare catch, my friend. Okay, I'll give it a shot. The clown hands you the cheap pistol and gestures at the balloons behind it. Good luck. Shoot like the wind. You take aim and pop off rounds and balloons for as long as you can hold the gun together. Huh, not bad. Not bad at all. Not enough balloons for a grand prize, but it's worth a little something. A little stuffed toy cat. Aw. Do I not have enough moxie? Yeah, I don't have enough moxie. Test your mind. Step right up, fella, step right up. If I might say so, you have the look of an intelligent and learned individual about you, and I happen to have a game here to put those faculties to the test. What's that? What's the game? The simplest guessing game imaginable. I've got a standard deck of playing cards here. I'll show you all the faces, and then I turn them back over and you start picking cards. You guess what cards I pick, and you win. You don't shuffle them? No, sir. If you can memorize a deck of cards that fast, more power to you. Or if you got a touch of magic and you want to try reading my mind, that's fine too. Just don't dig too deep, huh? Okay, I'll give it a shot. Give it your all. The clown starts picking cards of the deck and holding them up with the backs to you. You rattle off their names as fast as you can pick them up. He seems genuinely impressed. The power of being magic! That, sir, is so remarkable as to be practically frightening. Looks like we have a winner. The show will be starting soon, so don't miss it. Okay, so I guess it's the skills. There's a kid here searching around for it with the sad look on his face. You okay, kid? Did you lose your parents? I lost my lucky bottle cap. You haven't seen it, have you, sir? No, but I'll keep an eye out. What's it look like? It's shiny steel and it's on a little chain. Okay, I'll let you know if I found it. Howdy there, fella. Interest you in a toy balloon? How much are they? For you, just 30 meat. What colors do you have? Oh ho, well just take a look. Red. They're all red. How do you make them float like that? Well, there's nothing to it. Heck. There's nothing to it. Heck, they all float around here. Ho ho. Of course, you'll float too. I'll take one. Can you tell me more about your circus? Really, it's more of a carnival, but let's not split hairs. Ho, what would you like to know? Who's this Barnaby Bob guy? Oh, the boss is a real famous showman, though I'm not surprised you wouldn't have heard of him around here. Oh, got an eye like a hawk, and he's a real whiz with those knives of his. Don't miss his show, it's a real highlight of the carnival. What are your traveling plans? This place you set up is kind of out of the way. What are your plans? I haven't decided yet. That's why we sit down here somewhere a bit more rural. Keeps things relatively quiet while we scout around to get the lay of the land and all. Oh-ho? Where'd you travel from? Was your previous stop interesting? Oh, northwestish. It was a little hole in the ground kind of a place. You wouldn't have heard of it. Ho-ho. Why is everyone a clown? Oh, it's traditional. When the, what do you call them, rodeos stopped putting put on, the rodeo clowns just took jobs at the other circuses. Took all the jobs at the circuses and carnivals. Over the years, it just became the normal thing for carnies to be clowns. It's a community, you might say, ho. Okay. Catch you later like an alligator. History, mate. Well, howdy there, fella. This year's game's a challenge of strength, and I hope you don't mind me saying so, but if you might prefer one of the other games. If you care to try your luck, though, I certainly won't stop it. What's the game? Okay, I'll give it a shot. Hit it extremely hard. You picked up the mallet, tossed it over end over end, and catch it a couple of times to test its weight, and then casually sip it into the lever. Well, I'll be. That's some genuine muscle you got on there, fella. It looks like you're a winner. Ah, boo. Fine. Why do I not have enough moxie? Okay, so I gotta get enough moxie, which I do not have a lot of. +3 moxie. I might be able to get it though. I might be able to get it. Oh yes, I can get it. Okay, cool. Great. I love this game. Large plush cat. Okay, good. Is there a back to the stage? Rakerun has a dirty canvas condemned until further noticed. We encourage anyone suffering from horse bites to consult a doctor. Oh god. Howdy, fella. Can I interest you in the wondrous and mysterious lights at the sideshow? What all do you have in there? Secrets, mysteries, things too weird and disturbing to be witnessed by the light of day. Freaks? Not just freaks! Gosh, how much does it cost? They're ancient meat. Okay, fine. Sideshow. The sideshow is fairly large and packed with weird things to look at, like all good sideshows are. A few lanterns are hanging from the ceiling, casting flicking shadows around and making everything look even more eerie. Fuck, that was words. A clown is hanging out in here, presumably to keep an eye on the exhibits. He grins and nods at you and come on in, take your time, have a good look around. Just remember, no touching. I'm gonna touch everything. Inspect the eggs more closely. That's rude. Take a closer look. Oh, delightful. What the hell? Ugh. Oh god, this guy is a startling sight even for a circus freak show. His entire head is just one enormous eyeball. As you look him over, he stares back at you, not that he's got much choice. Hello there, I'm Festus. How's it going? Can you talk? Guess not. So this, circus jig. Do you blink? Or wink, I guess? I guess not. Take a close look at him. You move a little to the side and lean over to the rope to get a closer look at the guy. He's basically just what seems to at first glance a guy with a giant elbow for a head. You did notice two things though. First, he has an odd lump at the back well, what you would call the base of his skull if he had one. A sort of crumpled fleshy mass the size of a fist. With a squint and some imagination, it almost looks like the crushed and shriveled vestigial remains of a human head. The second thing you notice is that his ankles are like the legs of the stool, and the legs of the stool are the posts of the floor. Okay. Who are you? This man is neatly dressed, though his suit is a bit threadbare and out of fashion. He's smoking a pipe and leafing through a magazine. When you stop to look at him, he nods amicably. Hello there, welcome to the sideshow. My name is Douglas. Douglas? Ah, hello, Douglas. Hi, I'm Festus. Delighted to meet you. So, well, are you perhaps trying to think of a polite way to ask what's wrong with me? Yeah, you got me. Don't worry, Festus. I am a sideshow after all. It's an obvious, natural question. Wait a minute. You said that last bit without moving your lips. Are you a ventriloquist? No, not at all. Allow me to demonstrate. He stands up and turns around. His back is the same as his front. That is, his suit has been tailored with two front sides, and he has another face on the back of his head, with his hair cut and parted appropriately. Ta-da! As he sits back down, his knees and other joints crack and pop loudly as they reverse themselves. Douglas winces slightly, though it's certainly not as much as you'd expect. What in the... Surprising, yes? A bit, yeah. How is that even possible? Douglas shrugs and holds his pipe up to the now back of his head, so this other face can take a puff. Are you, what's the phrase? Subby's twins? Not exactly. It is difficult to describe, I'm afraid. Two minds in one body? With two faces? It would be closer to the truth to say two instances of the same mind, with, as you say, two faces. You're right. That doesn't make any sense at all. The other face chuckles and Douglas holds his magazine behind his back. It took some getting used to, that much is quite certain. Were you born like this? I would rather not discuss how I came to be this way if you don't mind. Okay, sorry. No apology necessary. Your knees must be a wreck. Surgery was necessary to permit them to bend in both directions. It sounds worse than it feels, I assure you. God. Why are you in a sideshow? With a regular student haircut, you could easily pass for normal. I have a contract. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot the clown making a gesture, but you didn't quite catch what it was. Douglas clears his throat. Plus, well, it's quite the life, you know. Free roam board, travel the world, and you meet such interesting people. Yeah? There's a lady here with the hair sticking out of a hole in the large metal box. She nods politely at you. Okay. Hello there, enjoying the carnival? Well, that's interesting. She smiles slightly. Yes, I'm sure it is. Can I ask you a question? Certainly. Why are you in a box? First things first, we haven't been introduced yet. Oh, I'm Festus. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Festus. I'm Janet. Hi, Janet. So, why are you in a box? That's a rather personal question, isn't it? Oh, sorry. I'm only just teasing, dear. Would you like to see inside? Sure. Janet whistles to a signal to the clown and he moseys over. He unlocks the door on the front of the box and he throws it open with a theatrical flourish. Inside, instead of Janet's body, you see a tangled, complicated assortment of glass tubes and pipes, ticking clockwork gears and pumps. Liquids of various colors, mostly red, slosh through the tubes. A large bellow near the top inflates and begins to slowly deflate. What do you think? It's some kind of trick, right? You're folded up behind a mirror and so there or something? No trick. The clown chuckles and walks around the back of the box. He opens the hatch and waves at you through it, then saunters back to his place with the shelves. It's amazing. I've never seen anything like it. Well, I'll take that as a compliment. It's certainly educational, I imagine. The larger tank on the left is my stomach if you'd like to see what I had for lunch today. Oh, why does it phrase like that? How did this happen? Were you in some kind of terrible accident? I'm sorry, but I can't talk about that. Was it the clowns that did this to you? Was it the clowns? Of course, sorry, it must be a painful memory. Her calmly composed face creases into a very slight grimace as she shoots a sidelong glance at the clown. Yes, well, it was nice to meet you. It's Janet, so long. Good luck, Festus. God, this symbol shows you what you look like in cloud makeup. Bloodshot eyes stare back at you from a pastry white face painted with an odd pattern of red triangles. In the flickering lantern light, you almost look like he winks at you. Brrr. This mirror makes you look really stretched out and thin. Your limbs twist and writhe like snakes as you move around. It's a bit unsettling and your muscles like a little sympathetically. Your reflection in the mirror is short and squash-looking, folded up like an accordion. You spend a moment moving back and forth in front of the mirror, seeing how the image shifts. It's kind of amusing. Based on his attitude, uniquely combining attentiveness and extreme boredom, you assume this clown's job is to keep an eye on the sideshow exhibits. Howdy, fellow. Welcome to the sideshow. Thanks. What's to see in here? What's with those rear mirrors? Aren't they right there? Whoops. Okay. Ain't they right? That's what they call an optical illusion, as I understand it. It has to do with the way light reflects off of them. I'm 100% sure that's what I saw can't be explained by the reflection of light. No telling what you might see if you look too long. Uh-huh. Okay, let's look too long. Alright. The store. Okay. Cool. Oh god. Swallowing hard, you approach the mirror again. It's empty. Now, not only is the cloud you got, you don't show a reflection at all. He's gone. Okay. What about these, people? You mean the freaks? Aren't they a scream? The one with the giant eyeball head is my favorite. Nice quiet fella. Uh-huh. If you have any questions about the other two, feel free to ask them personally. I wouldn't want to be telling tales out of school. Since the eye guy can't talk, though, you can ask me about him if you want. Does he ever blink? You mean wink? Nope, no eyelids. Gotta toss a bucket of water over him once in a day so we don't get too dry. It does look a bit dry now that you mentioned. Yeah, it's getting about that time. Excuse me for a minute, sure. What can you tell me about these eggs? That's a traditional clown thing. There's a placard next to them that explains in detail. Don't get too close, please. They're fragile. Okay. I want to fight you. What are these things in the jar? That's what in the business we call pickled punks, a menagerie of strange and twisted creatures such as you've never seen before, like the alike, captured and preserved and on display for your entertainment and edification. That's how the bosses are. Are they real? As real as they come, yeah. Cool, I got that, okay. I'm sorry, I can't do as much reading. I'm not gonna do as much reading right now. What? So it isn't actually made of cotton? What? No, cotton is indigestible, no matter how much chocolate you cover it with. Found that out the hard way, did you? Whee! How did you make it? He bets a metal box with the wide phone coming out the top. This little machine right here, can't tell you how it works much as I'd like to brag. It's a trade secret. You invented it? Not as such. A couple dentists down south were the first ones. Dentists! Go figure! I don't know what the fuck that noise is, but okay. But after hearing about it, I managed to figure out how it works. Made a few improvements with my own design, too. Now, I'm really curious. Sorry, fella, these secrets in the box are for nobody's eyes but my own. How much does it cost? Never mind. That's rude. Small push out. Cool. So... what now? Poor Douglas, I mean, honestly. So, hello? I'm gonna get the hell out of here because I don't want to spend the entirety of me playing through this game here.
So this might be a bit different just because there's a lot of stuff that I apparently have missed in this game, which is great. But that's basically what I'm here to do, like, especially with the, what's it called? Oh god. The circus specifically. There's a lot that I missed with that. I feel like there's unanswered questions that I had about that really just, I didn't seek to follow up on. I thought I did, but apparently not. But yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff that just really wasn't answered, I don't think. I never got to go into here. Right. But when is the show, though? That's the weirdest part of it all. Okay, I'll take it. Clown sausage, alright. Howdy, sir. Care to treat yourself to a nice cold drink? You said you're selling them in bottles. That's right, you got the newfangled cork, bottle caps and all. Do you make the drinks yourself? If we are asking if we have a wagon dedicated to brewing and bottling 3 different kinds of sodas in our traveling carnival? No. We stock up as we pass through large towns. Ah. What kinds do you have? I've got root beer, ginger beer, and sarsaparilla. I still can't pronounce that. 2 years later, I still can't. Like, no thanks. There's a clown that here selling rubber toy balloons. Wait, or is it the same clown as before? He looks identical. Is he following you around? Weren't you on the other side of the midway just now? Oh, nope. That's the other balloon guy. We just dress alike and use the same face paint. Did we fool ya? He grins and gives you a big exaggerated wink. I see. Anything else I can do for ya? Can you tell me more about the circus? I've gone through this dialogue already. Tepid candy? Good lord. So... there's gotta be something here. Oh, sore. Yeah, I did. I weird that I know. Oh. No. Oh. Okay, so apparently there's a clown suspicion score that the game apparently tabulates so to make progress. So I gotta do a couple more things, I believe. So I gotta talk to you. I gotta talk. What are they made of? What do you mean? They're pork. What else do you make a sausage out of? Regular pork or long pork? The clown gives you a long, chilly look. I'm sure I don't know what you're implying, sir. How much are they? 250 meat with your choice of condiments now. Thank you. The candy guy. So isn't it actually made of cotton? How do you make it? He puts a metal box with a wide funnel light coming out of the top. That's this little machine right here. Can't tell you how it works much as I'd like to brag. It's a trade secret. No, I'm really curious. Sorry, fella, these secrets in the box are for nobody's eyes but my own. Whew! I'll be happy to sell you some cotton candy, though. No, thanks. Okay. I think I have enough. I hope. So, I will talk to you. Wait. Okay, so there is a sequence involved here. So, I'm gonna do this. Clown eggs. In the circus community, it is traditional for each clown to paint their chosen makeup pattern onto an eggshell. These clown eggs are created for future reference to ensure that no one chooses a pattern that has already been used. It is considered extremely taboo to wear another clown's quote-unquote face. These must be the eggs that for the clowns that work in the circus. You recognize a few of them, like the clown here in the sideshow tent and the ticket seller clown in the front. Say, wait a minute, here's the egg for that balloon-selling clown. Didn't he already tell you there's another guy wearing the exact same makeup? But according to this sign, that seems unlikely. So the eggs... Inspect the eggs more closely. Since the clown is distracted, you take an opportunity to get a closer look at the eggs. You notice 3 things about them. Firstly, they're too large to be chicken eggs. You have no idea what kind of eggs they are. Second, they've all been broken and then very meticulously glued back together. They almost look like they've been reassembled after something hatched out of them. And thirdly, one of the eggs features a pattern of red triangles that you recognize. It's the same as the clown version of yourself that you saw in that mirror earlier. You quickly step back as the clown returns. He gives you a fair amount of side eye, but doesn't say anything. Okay. I think I've gotten everything here, but we'll see. Oh, yeah, cool. The clown curses an arm and grins when you approach. Ticket, please. Ticket for what? Barnaby Bob's Stunt Spectacular. Here's my ticket. Or what's that? The bus does a show. Yes? Yeah. What kind of show? Knife tricks mostly. Here's my ticket. Okay. Go on in. The show will start soon. Cool. Okay, interesting. You take a seat and a smattering of other patrons appear and sit down as well. After a minute or two, there's a crash of cymbals and the clown runs in from the backstage curtain and jumps up onto the stage. In contrast to the other clown's colorful clothing, his is relatively simple. Black wool trousers and a bright crimson shirt under a pale tan leather jacket with fringe on the sleeves and a red heart painted on the shoulder. His face paint is plain white without any color accents, contrasting his curled black mustache and thin goatee, a snappy silk top hat with a rakish tilt tops off his outfit. I'm struggling to read this. He doffs his hat and bows with a deep theatrical flourish, and the small audience claps politely. Okay, I'll clap. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, and welcome one and all to Barnaby Bob's Perfectly Normal Traveling Circus Sideshow. I hope you've enjoyed the attractions and distractions of our little traveling carnival. And now it's time for a star performance, the main attraction. Ladies and gents, it's time to put your hands together for... A loud drum roll starts as he gestures to the curtain, and then the cymbals crash again. The clown puts his hat back on with a chuckle. Me, Barnaby Bob. Much obliged, much obliged. You're far too kind. You've been a lovely audience so far. Why, I haven't even shown you anything yet. With a laugh, he flips a large Bowie knife into the air. You didn't even see where he pulled it from. The knife glitters as it spins. He catches it and flips it in the air again, this time catching it and balancing on his point on the tip of one finger. He holds that pose very still for a moment, then jerks his hand out of the way. The knife thunks into the wood on the stage floor, deep enough that he has to give it a jerk from side to side before he can yank the blade free. He winks proudly to the audience. Wouldn't be any fun if they weren't sharp, would it, ladies and gentlemen? He pulls 2 more knives from his jacket and begins a flashy and elaborate knife juggling act. 3 spinning blades somehow turn into 4, and then his hat is added into the mix, floating lightly through the cascade of knives without a single scratch. He finishes the routine by catching 2 of the knives in each hand and allowing his hat to fall nearly to the ground before catching it on the tip of his butt and kicking it back into the air and onto the top of his head. Okay. Hey, there's some applause I believe I've heard. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it took a lot of hats to get where I am today. He chuckles as he adjusts his hat back to his original rakish tilt. Now for the grand finale. For this, I'll need a volunteer for the audience. A few hands go by. Barnaby Bob ignores them and looks directly at you. How about you, sir? Okay! Well, no, don't be shy. We're all friends here, right? Come on up into the stage. You hesitate, but Barnaby Bob starts a round of applause and the audience joins in. Reluctantly, you climb up onto the stage. There we go. Not so bad, is it? Your name, please. Festus McMurdy. It's a real pleasure to finally meet you, Festus Trouble McMurdy. Glad that they kept the middle name as well. Stand right here, won't you? A couple of clowns haul a large wooden panel about 7 feet tall and 4 wide up onto the stage. They stand it vertically behind you and stay there, holding it steady. It has 2 holes in it, slightly above waist level, and a lot of knife marks. Press your back flat up against the wood, please, and put your hands through the holes. You do so. The holes are just a fraction too high, so it's not very comfortable. And then one of the clowns pulls your arms back and tighter and ties them together with rough hemp, so it becomes much more uncomfortable, for a variety of reasons. Don't worry, this is just to make sure you don't make any sudden unexpected movements. We wouldn't want that. Would we? Fret not, sons. Everything's under control. He steps up to you, close to you, and adjusts your collar, brushes a little dust off your shoulders. My control. You know, Festus, we get a sharp customer through here from time to time, but my, you're the sharpest I've seen yet. However, I bet a shiny silver dollar I've got something up my sleeve that's even sharper. His pupils narrowed to vertical slits as he grins at you, revealing rows of pointed yellow shark teeth. As he turns away, you can see the heart on the shoulder of his leather jacket is drawn with an arrow through it and the word Mom. It doesn't look painted on. Free your hands. You struggle a little, but your arms are too tightly bound. The rough hemp rope digs into your wrists. Barnaby Bob strolls to the other end of the stage and turns to face you. Now, don't you worry. This will all be over soon. Just don't move. He has a knife in his hand again and gives it a few twirls and flips. Light reflected from the blade glitters in his eyes. Then, without wording, he hurls it at you. Thunk. The knife hits the wood before you can even blink. A hair's breadth from your left ear. Strong but silent protagonist. Stare him down. Barnaby Brown grins at you as the crowd applauds. Another knife appears in one hand and an apple in the other. He tosses the apple to one of the stagehands who carefully balances on top of your head. Alright, time for the old William Tell routine. A bit of a cliche, perhaps, but there's a reason it's classic, eh, ladies and gentlemen? The crowd watches with rapt attention as he flourishes the knife, spinning it and flipping it behind his back. Then faster than you can register, thwack. Cold apple juice dribbles onto your hair and down the back of your neck. 2 for 2. What do you say, Festus? Shall we go for one more? I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Barnaby Bob pulls out another knife and gives it a quick strapping across the pale leather sleeve of his jacket, then whips a colorful spotted handkerchief from his pocket and blindfolds himself. This time his smile is much colder. I advise you to watch closely, Festus Murdy, since you're the only one of us who can. The crowd laughs, but you really don't hear it. The knife spins in his hand, this time either because of the adrenaline or because he's actually moving slower. You can see the motion of his arm as he throws it. He twists his wrist in an odd way that you don't think he did before. The knife is flying at you. The knife is flying directly at your right eye. Don't move. The knife incredibly throws at the last possible moment. You can feel the wood shake from the force as it stabs right into the board. The metal is cold against your right cheek. The audience erupts into cheers as Barnaby Bob removes his blindfold and puffs a fist triumphant. One of the stagehand clowns unties your wrist and helps you get your arms out of the holes. Bob takes your hand and raises it into the air victoriously. Well, no, ain't it a good sport, folks, and as brave a target as I've ever had. Take a bow, Festus Murdy. You bow to the cheering crowd, carefully keeping your eyes on Barnaby Bob. He bows as well, removing his hat with an elaborate flourish, and then he takes a slip of paper out of it. And as a token of appreciation, I'd like to give you our star volunteer a gift. A year's supply of dynamite. Use it in good health. And as he hands you the coupon, the clown leans in close to your ear and whispers, "This was the only warning you'll get, boy. You got an item. God, I can't read. Coupons for a year's supply of dynamite." Barnaby Bob waves and blows kisses to the crowd as you climb down from the stage, and then he disappears through the backstage curtain. The audience gradually disperses. Phew. Okay. Gonna do it again. Wait. Oh, can I go? No. I'm gonna go backstage and harass him. Oh, neat. Cool. This little trailer is probably Barnaby Bob's office. The wagon is old but well maintained. A brass plaque in the door reads Barnaby Bob, confirming your suspicions. Kick in the door rudely. You set your jaw and kick the door, which slams open, rattling the entire trailer. Straight in. What in the... You! By the 1,000 hats of the rat skeleton boy, you must have solid breast clangers to bust in my office like this. Do you not understand the tenor of my little demonstration? Was the subtext lost to you? Must I drive my point into your skull in a most literal and direct manner? I'm not afraid of you, clown. You may wish to reconsider both the tone and substance of that remark, friend, because I can be damn fearsome if I so choose. Are you so thick as to not understand who and what you're dealing with? I came here for answers, and you're gonna give them to me. Barnaby Bob slams his hands on his desk and jerks to his feet. I'm gonna give you your eyeballs on a plate and fill the sockets with boiling urine, boy. Don't you dare try to intimidate me in my own house. If I thought for 1 second that you had the capacity to cause me the least amount of harm, your gnawed upon bones would already be baking in the desert sun. Jesus. I gave you a gift and a warning, and I set you free with your life because I like a fellow with an ounce of moxie, but you are sinking rapidly in my estimation. Screw you, clown. Well, that's just terrorist, isn't it? Barnaby and takes a deep breath and shouts, "Hey Rube!" The burly guard clown is at the door before you even hit the B in Rube, and you follow at a run. You don't even get the chance to draw a weapon before you're smashed unconscious by a fist like a white painted anvil. Oof. Good God, this is so much. I can't believe I missed this. You wake up some time later, thoroughly bruised and battered. You're dumped in a heap outside the circus next to your horse. I guess it's pretty lucky that you woke up at all. Barnaby Bob must either really like you or hold you in such contempt that he doesn't think you're even worth the trouble of murdering. No prizes for guessing which is true. And speaking of no prizes, it looks like he's kicking back the coupon for a year's supply of dynamite that he gave you. Rats. Well, I've already covered that part. Alright. This is definitely worth it. Oh my God.